Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, welcome. Congratulations. I don't know if the view is any better from where you're sitting today, from where you used to sit, but I look forward to working with you, and this will be part of a longer conversation that we'll continue to have. There are many areas from forest management to our parks that I would like to talk to you about, but I'm going to confine my focus today to water. Water. You noted a bit ago that you're not so sure that you're ultimately going to be able to be Solomon-like in dealing with all the challenges we have in California, but I think you're off to a good start. Your meeting with the governor, obviously, was important as we look toward fixing a broken water system in California. And as you know from your previous experience, it's either feast or famine in California. The fact that you've taken the time to come out there in your early months, not only to visit our parks, but to meet and talk with other folks, I think is a significant good step, first step forward. You and I voted for the WIN Act last December, which was important. The President signed it. That really begins to make incremental progress in fixing that broken water system. Legislation has multiple provisions that impact all of California water users, which is why we had such a broad-based bipartisan support. I want to talk to you about some specific areas of the legislation, sections 4001, 4003, that provided greater flexibility for the department to operate the movement of water through the federal pumps. Can you provide details on how these sections have been implemented during this very wet water year that we've had, that we're very thankful to God of, as well as whether operating under these sections resulted in any additional water supply? Quickly, and then I have a couple of other questions.
I do not know the specifics of that because I don't want to mislead you, but I will find it. But I know that given the wet winter, it was a unique winter because it was a lot wetter.
Right.
And it did not provide the opportunity to look at what would happen as depletion goes lower. So our report will be more on the, well, geez, we got a lot of water, advice on how well we reacted when we didn't.
Right.
So that was some of it. But I agree with you that providing more flexibility, and some of this solution needs to be a made in California solution with us in the supporting role, rather than the other way around.
One size doesn't fit all, that's for certain. Sections 4010A and 4 and 4010B and 5 both deal with efforts to restore Delta smelt, a listed species that impacts project operations. Specifically, 4010A4 requires Delta smelt distribution study to be completed to better inform real-time operations under section 4010B5. It also requires utilization of the Delta smelt conservation fish hatcheries. Can you provide an update on the status of the department's implementation of these actions, specifically related to the fiscal year budget 18?
I know we're working with the state and the National Marine Fisheries Service, which is NOAA, and the Bureau of Reclamation. Again, this is part of our problem that we're not acting as joint as we should be. So there's different views within different departments that has created an issue for the smelt,
right,
as you know. But we're looking at new facilities and evaluate of supplementing the native fish. We're also looking at the problem with the striped bass.
Right, predator species.
Yeah, predator control, which was previously
and you know, some of the water agencies up on the Sac Valley, and Lamothe and John Garamendi know this, are doing some very unique things to provide other habitat for salmon that we should continue to encourage and expand. Also, you know, on the monitoring, for real-time monitoring, both of the number of water agencies have offered to provide additional support for boat crews so that we can improve coverage and resulting data at real time. I would like you to get into that or provide some support for that. There's some also areas on how the capability of the USGS could be used to assist in implementing science activities, and if you could look into that as well. Additionally, other partnerships with public agencies, as I noted above, can be helpful toward dealing with the biological opinion consultation process for not only Delta smelt, but other listed salmonoid species. And what do you think about the Stafford Act applying to dealing with emergency, with the fire conditions that we're facing, instead of using all the management for forestry to put out fires.
Which you'll have a chance to answer soon. Thank you. Your time has expired. Mr. Wester.